what I did with the Singing Bowl Museum collection was to set aside at least one of every type of antique singing bowl that I collected over the last 25 years. So that went down to the size, the type of bowl, and even subtle variations like different colors. For example, here's two similar bowls that I kept two of them because one had a very different coloration than the other. And in a lot of cases, I only have one left, like some of these later singing bowls, thinner, quicker to make type. I really only have these few left in this size. And again, the variations were based on the color. And in the case of this one, that it has that slightly different shape with the engravings on it. I kept a few of these. It's almost like a small gong. It's shaped very much the way they shaped the Tibetan temple gongs, and maybe precursors to the Manipuri bowls. May even be a different kind of bowl, not necessarily a singing bowl. These really shallow ones, but they're very shallow and unique. But again, I kept only one of the thinner ones, one of the thicker ones. And the exception was with certain types of bowls that are particularly good, like the special engraved bowls and the circle and dot bowls that have the traditional engravings also. Those I kept all the good ones because my intention was to make them into sets, which you've been seeing. I've been making a lot of sets. But there's a lot of these individual bowls that are just going onto the website individually, and people are making their own sets. So I would highly recommend those special engraved bowls and the circle and dot bowls. They're just some of the very best and most collectible that were ever made. Some of them are also very simple, but very nice. Some of the unadorned with the darker colors like that, and the nice symmetrical shape in any size, those tend to be really good. So it is still a museum collection where I was going for the best of the best, but I also have that variety. I wanted to mention that, you'll see kind of one of every type or a few of every type, with a few examples or a few exceptions of where it's a particularly good kind of bowl, and I collected a lot more of them. And then there's other exceptions like, the lingam bowls or the mani bowls, some of the more unusual bowls where I have just a few, but also those are the only ones I ever collected of those. I really didn't collect a lot of those more exotic types because most of them didn't sound good enough to meet my standards for sound. So there's only a few types that you'll see kind of in a bigger quantity that were particularly good kinds of singing bowls that deserve to be in this really high-end collection, but also that were made in large numbers. And there's only a few of those that we have at all. So I would highly recommend those engraved ones. They're really some of the best singing bowls ever made. They sound great, they look great, they still have that bright coloration after hundreds of years. They were really masterfully crafted. The special engraved are some of my favorites. The circle and dot bowls are some of the most collectible. And here you can also see how I do it all. I measure them and sort them by the size and by the type. Right now I'm finishing up all the small bowls that are left in the Singing Bowl Museum collection. I record the audio and put the data into a spreadsheet, label the bowls, and then move them on to photograph them, put them on the shelf before they go on the website and are available for you. And then the website keeps track of everything, and if you see a bowl that's available there at singingbowlmuseum.com, then it is available for sale. You can see all the bowls that have sold. Eventually, it'll be more than 800 bowls, I think, eventually on the website of this entire collection. And you click on the filters and click on the sold products. It'll show you all the ones that have sold already. And I still have a lot to put on the website. So Hopefully by the end of 2024, all of them will be online. And once they're all sold, it'll be a virtual collection, and you'll still be able to go on and listen and look and enjoy these. But to build your own collection, this is the time. They're the best singing bowls ever made. It's the culmination of my 25 years collecting these amazing antiques. They're all real antiques. They're the best of the best that I set aside for years to be part of the museum collection. Watch my other videos to learn more about how that all came about. And feel free to ask me any questions.